level. This is why. All right, guys, we're going to get right into it today. So what everybody's talking about across baseball, no matter what level, are the torpedo bats that the New York Yankees rolled out opening day. And I think in 3 games they had hit 15 home runs. Don't quote me on that, but something like that. Now, 5 home runs a game as a team, that's a little bit ridiculous, right? But they could just be getting off to a hot start. I do think there is something to these torpedo bats. There's a reason why all of a sudden every team is ordering these things. I've talked to numerous guys I know in the big league realm, players, coaches, etc. They're all ordering these things. They are all ordering as many of them as they can, and they're actually having their analytics departments analyze their player swings and kind of identify the guys who are going to benefit from these types of bats. Now, the caveat with the bat, and I'm going to draw a really bad thing here. All right, so this is the bat, and generally, like a normal bat here, you got your handle, and then it just kind of slowly gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and then it, obviously gets skinnier down here. Obviously, this is not a great drawing, but you understand what I'm saying. So the torpedo, it gets bigger way earlier, and then it comes back skinnier a little bit at the end, okay? So that's not a great drawing, but you understand what I mean. The torpedo bat is making it to where the barrel and the thick part of the bat is lower, closer to the handle. So if you get, those balls that you hit pretty good, but you got kind of jammed also, now that's just squared up. Like that's just crushed. And you're losing power and exit velocity near the end of the bat. So if you're a guy, again, what you do with this type of bat is you get on top of the plate and you make it to where it's a lot harder for a pitch to hit off your end. You're still going to do that sometimes. But even if your swing, if the analytics says, well, he misses on the, jam side of the bat as much as he does missing on the end of the bat, all you got to do is get on top of the plate and utilize this thing, and you're going to see your numbers increase. You saw Ellie De La Cruz. He used it 1 game yesterday, or maybe it was 2 days ago, 4 for 5, 2 home runs, right? So you guys know, everybody across Major League Baseball is ordering these things, and don't be surprised if you start seeing even the metal bats start coming out with this model, right? Because nothing is going to make them do that if not just a boost in sales from how much traction this is gaining all over the media, whether it's MLB games, whether it's social media, everything. So what I wanted to talk about and erase these really brutal drawings, even though, again, just look it up if that wasn't good enough for you, is this a gimmick or is this kind of a legit thing? Me personally, I don't like it. I think, again, we've changed so much about the game already, and you can use the caveat of, well, it's still within the regulations, and it's like, yeah, but like a bat was always supposed to be a bat. A bat was shaped a certain way. And it would basically be like, changing the shape of the glove and making it way bigger somehow, but still being in the regulations. I just don't like it. I don't like how much baseball is changing, and this is just another thing that's happened, and all of a sudden the game's going to look totally different. Like I've said, in 10 years, it's not even going to be baseball anymore. It's going to be something totally different as long as Rob Manfred's in charge. Now, is this a gimmick, yes or no? I think, guys, again, for a high school player, this will not make you great. Remember, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, guys. If you like these videos, daily college baseball content about college baseball, recruiting, development, new equipment that's coming out. We do all those videos. Make sure you like, subscribe, and ring the bell for notifications so you know when our new videos drop. Why do I say this? I say this because what you guys are watching are the best hitters, generally speaking, in the world in the major leagues using this new equipment. You are not a major league hitter. Most of you guys will never be major league hitters. Most of you guys are not even close to being a major league hitter. So the last thing, what I can already tell you because I've heard guys talking about it, like you guys watch Major League hitters use the torpedo bat, and you basically assume, man, I just need the torpedo bat and I'm going to be a star. That's not how it works. You have to be a very good hitter first. Like, the equipment can help you in certain ways, right? But for amateur players, the biggest thing they need to improve is their mentality, their approach, and their overall skill set. Those guys in the big leagues have maxed out as much as possible and are still trying to get even better with their approach, their mindset, their skill sets. Those guys are the top of the top. You're not there yet. And so if you think that torpedo bats, as soon as the metal bat companies come out with the torpedo bat, it's gonna sell like nothing's ever sold before. I guarantee you they're making them right now, if they've not already had them made. And so many of you guys out there, especially high school players, are thinking, I'm just gonna get the torpedo bat and I'm gonna hit bombs all over the place. Well, if you're swinging at bad pitches still, like you were with the old bat, it doesn't matter, right? So this will not make you great. It can help some of you out there, maybe, but don't think this is a shortcut for just developing as an actual hitter. You still have to know how to hit. And maybe in high school it'll help you, but in college you don't know how to hit, you're not going to play. And what do I mean by know how to hit? You know how to have an approach, you know how to stick to an approach, you know how to be disciplined about your approach. If I'm looking middle and I'm not swinging on the outer third or outside corner fastball first pitch. If I tell myself if the coach says, hey, don't chase up, that's the only thing he can get you with, I'm not going to chase up. That's called being disciplined. That's called being committed to an approach. And what I see with the vast majority of high school hitters is they say one thing, they go in the box, they do the exact opposite. They immediately chase the pitch up. They immediately just swing it whatever pitch, no matter where it is. Even though they said, hey, I'm hunting middle and fastball here, and then the first pitch is out or third, but they swing, hit it off the end, roll over to second, and then they come in and I'm like, well, why'd you swing at it? You weren't looking for it, right? So that's where you need to improve. 2, it only really helps, guys, with barrel awareness. Now, why is this? Because think about it. I mean, for some of you guys, especially if you're in high school, you've been swinging a bat for 10 years at least, and you're used to the sweet spot being in a certain part of the bat. Well, you're not just going to wake up swinging a different feeling bat, which is going to be weighted differently, so it's going to feel differently in the swing. And the barrel's closer to the handle now, or the sweet spot's closer to the handle now. You're not just going to like instantly adjust to that. That's something you need to practice with. I would not just get one and take it straight into the game. Maybe it'll work, but in my experience, not only changing the bat, right, or a bat model or whatever, this is a totally different thing. The bat's going to be weighted differently, everything like that. So this isn't something that you can just take in right away, and you have to have barrel awareness to adjust to that sweet spot. Because you've taken, in high school, at this point in your life, thousands of swings trying to hit the sweet spot in a certain location. And now it's different. And can you make that adjustment quick enough? I'm not saying don't buy one when they come out. Try it. I would try it. But you have to be willing to put the work in if that's something you're going to utilize. And again, if you don't feel like you're a guy that's getting jammed a lot, this may not be a good idea to get when they do come out. Also, you need to be willing to make the adjustment to get on top of home plate if you're not a guy that gets jammed a lot and you're going to use it, right? Because you want to put yourself and constrain yourself in such a way that you're going to run into that classic jam position on the barrel, which is now the sweet spot on the torpedo bat. So that's kind of my thoughts on the torpedo bat, guys. I do think, again, we have to give it some time, right? I think it's pretty obvious, and from the reactions I heard from players and coaches in the major leagues, it seems like everyone thinks these things are legit and they're kind of cheating almost. Like, I'll just say it like that. From what I hear, pretty much every team thinks these are cheat codes. From how they're ordering them, they're getting them in, they're identifying the players they think should be using them. So ultimately, we have to wait and see how much of a cheat code these things are. Like maybe in May, all of a sudden we're like, you know what? It was kind of just a hot start to the year. They're really not that much better. I don't think that's what we're going to see. Unfortunately, I think we're going to see these things are performance enhancers, is one way to say it. And like I said, from the guys I talked to, the coaches I talked to, like they were ordering these things 2 days in after seeing what the Yankees were doing. So we got to wait and see if MLB even allows these things. And like, let's say it gets to the point where they're just ridiculously better than the normal bats. Like maybe they ban them, maybe they outlaw them. We got to wait and see what's going on now. But I just wanted to give my thoughts. Let me know what you guys think about torpedo bats. Do you guys think it's fair? Do you think they should be legal? Do you think this is the next step in baseball's kind of evolution of like now we're just using weirdly shaped bats that are totally different than ones used in the past? I know this isn't the first time they've ever been used, but this is really the first time anyone's really seriously been talking about them in a major way. And so I'd like to hear your thoughts. Let me know what you guys think. Appreciate all your support. Leave a comment. Let me know. What do you got on the torpedo bats?